Good afternoon, lads and ladettes. There she is, all cobwebbed up, living the dream. As you can tell from the thumbnail, yeah, had a bit of a crash. So, let's get into it. So, it's been about a week and a half now, as you can tell. The old boot on, got a cast on, obviously I can't use the other hand. But, yeah, bike's looking very sorry for itself. Started doing a few bits, but all of the damage was on the right side, as you can see. That is bent itself, and all of the plastics on the right side are also damaged. They are in that bin there, which I shall show you now. They're all in there, so I've kept all of the good parts and the old parts, obviously, so when the new ones come in, fairing wise, I can take all the grommets and everything off of it like that. Engine wise, absolutely fine. There's a tiny little bit damage on the bottom of the engine there. Coolant's all good, everything like that, but obviously before I take it on the road again, I need to check everything out on it and things like that. But yeah, we'll get into what actually happened and go from there. So, long story short, 3 lanes at the junction. The right lane was to go forward and to the right, middle lane going just forwards, and the left lane is going just left. I was in the far right lane to go straight, because obviously there's a roundabout coming up on the next junction, and there was a van in the left side, so obviously I'm travelling behind a car. That car carried on going, left a bit of a gap in the middle, because I was literally just chilling with my music blaring, as you do, going to meet a friend to fill up the bike, and then we was going to go to a bike shop / cafe. Anyway, long story short, the van on the left side decided it wanted to cut in between us and turn right, which the right light was the arrow. That was green, and so was the one going forwards. Obviously, I'm sat, 30, 32, whatever, going through this junction at these traffic lights, and the van decided to go across into my lane, thinking that the right was red, slammed on its brakes, and yeah, I went straight into the back of them. Kind of threw the bike away to try and save the bike as best I could, which as a biker, everyone does that. Or am I wrong? But yeah, so most of the damage on the right side. Wheels I've checked already, they're straight and everything like that. But in the process of hitting the van, I broke my right collarbone, completely snapped in half, which I will put a picture up now. And also I'll put a picture of the bike before it was damaged. And obviously I'm going to try and get the same plastics and everything like that, because I like the bike how it was. And while we're changing stuff, I'll upgrade some stuff and also get some OEM parts as well. So from that, yeah, from breaking my collarbone, I also bruised and broke a couple of my right ribs. Also, I broke a little bone at the bottom of my 5th toe, because it was the right side of my foot that went into it. And to be honest, I'm glad I was wearing all my leathers and boots and all my gear, to be honest. My head didn't actually hit the floor or anything like that, or hit the van, which was quite good, because while I was I saw it happening, I slammed on the brakes to do an emergency stop, so I must have hit the back of the van at about 15-20 miles an hour, which obviously 15-20 miles an hour, broke a collarbone, foot and ribs. So obviously it's sat a week and a half or so. I still need to get all these plastics off and everything like that. I have already got this right part of the subframe here. See, I can bend that straight again using all the OEM bolts and from that. I've taken all the battery off, covered everything else up. Just need to take the front off, which as you can see is also damaged at the corner there, and obviously everything's out. I've double checked everything, so I'm changing the grips as well while we're there, but everything seems straight and things like that. But I'm going to change the clip-ons, because obviously this side hit. I don't know if it's bent or not, but it's just safer, I'd say, just to change both clip-ons. It's cheap enough, and then you know they're straight and true and ready to rock and roll. Obviously I'll get everything running before I put any fairings on. I will take it out for a ride, probably just down the road or whatever like that, just to see and make sure everything's okay. If we come around to the front, if I spin this wheel, as you can see there's a little bit of damage on the tyre there. To be honest, I'll probably end up just changing this tyre, just because of that. There's a few bits and bobs on there. Forks are all good, they ain't leaking or anything like that, and they don't seem twisted, but obviously I won't know until I take all this bracket in off, which is literally just 2 bolts there. But yeah, everything else is cool and sound. But yeah, it's just a bit of a setback. At the end of the day, I'm probably off now. As the hospital and the doctors said, it can be anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks kind of thing. But even then after that, there's going to be physio and things like that for my shoulder. And obviously being a sports bike, leaning over, you've got a lot of pressure on your collarbone and your ankles and everything like that, as you know if you're riding a sports bike. So this is my 2013 GSXR 600. I literally, just before the crash, done all the brakes, front and rear pads and everything like that. I'd done a full service on the bike and everything like that. To be honest, I'm so glad I had the protectors on the side of it. I have put a list down of what I want, so I've ordered loads of new of those because it's saved the bike completely. And also, which I've just noticed actually as well, that is bent for the rear brake, so I'll need another one of them. But obviously this is just the first episode of this kind of series that I'm going to do of rebuilding the bike, and obviously my first ride again, which will be in a few episodes. I'm going to try and upload weekly, obviously process and everything like that, and we'll go from there. It is currently 35 degrees out here, and it is very warm, which I'm kind of sad about that I'm not out riding. But you know what it's like, you're out riding this heat and full levers. It gets rather hot, so I'm kind of glad, but kind of not at the same time. Just miss going out, feeling free and that, and meeting up with friends and going to the cafes and all that kind of stuff, and bike shops, and just generally going out for rides. But yeah, what we'll do is next episode I'm going to say, so this was just an introduction of obviously what's going on and everything like that, but what I'm going to do is next episode it will be a case of writing down all the parts that we need, properly going over the bike, doing like a post-crash kind of thing, and go from there. Obviously we've already started kind of thing of what to do and what to get, but it's just checking obviously mounting points as well, brackets, everything like that. But yeah, so we'll crack on, see what we can get done today, taking a bit more of the more damaged stuff off, and I'll get the whiteboard out for the next episode and I'll write down obviously everything we need, go for everything, and we'll go from there. So yeah, like, comment and subscribe, and see you in the next episode.